Are you sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? In this video, we reveal the top rare coins that are worth thousands, even millions, of dollars in today's market. From rare mint errors to limited edition quarters, pennies, and nickels, these coins could change your financial future overnight. Imagine holding a piece of history in the palm of your hand, small, unassuming, yet potentially worth almost $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. Today, we're diving into the extraordinary world of the 1958 mint Mark penny, a coin that has captured the hearts of collectors, investors, and dreamers alike. But before we uncover why this penny has skyrocketed to a jaw-dropping market value of $968,000, let me ask you, have you ever found an old coin tucked away in a drawer or a jar and wondered if it could change your life? If your answer is yes, you're about to discover just how life-altering a single penny can be. And if it's no, well, maybe it's time to start looking more closely at the forgotten treasures around you. This isn't just a story about a coin. It's a story about wealth, legacy, and the rare chance to turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. But here's the twist: not all 1958 pennies are created equal. There's a secret that only a few collectors know, a subtle detail that can separate a common coin from a treasure worth nearly $1 million. And if you think that sounds impossible, stick around, because we're about to peel back the layers of this fascinating journey. The 1958 mint Mark penny may look like any other penny at first glance. Its copper sheen and classic design evoke a sense of nostalgia, taking us back to a simpler time in America. But hidden in its details lies extraordinary rarity. The mint mark from Denver, the careful preservation, the sharpness of the design, these nuances are what drive serious collectors into a frenzy. Picture this: at a coin auction, dozens of wealthy collectors are sitting on the edge of their seats, paddles in hand, hearts racing, competing for a single, perfectly preserved 1958 penny. The thrill is palpable, the stakes are real, and the winner walks away with not just a coin, but a piece of history that could change their financial destiny. And now, here's a little secret: most people underestimate the value of coins they've had for decades. That penny you thought was worthless in your grandma's jar could actually be your ticket to a life of financial freedom. Crazy, right? Imagine telling your friends, "I made nearly $1 million from a penny," and watching their jaws drop. But don't let that excitement cloud the truth. Finding a coin of this caliber requires knowledge, patience, and timing. Miss the opportunity, and someone else will reap the rewards. And speaking of timing, this is where urgency becomes crucial. The market for rare coins is hotter than ever. Each passing day, demand rises, supplies dwindle, and prices climb. That penny you pass by today could be the one that fetches $968,000 tomorrow. Are you going to let that chance slip through your fingers? Or are you ready to act before the opportunity vanishes into someone else's collection? So how does one identify this treasure? What makes a 1958 penny worth almost $1 million instead of a few cents? The answer lies in condition, rarity, and provenance. Coins that are in mint state, pristine, unblemished, with their luster perfectly intact, attract the highest bids. And the story behind the coin, the journey from the mint, to the hands of collectors, to your own, adds an intangible value that can't be quantified. Here's the thrilling part: every collector dreams of discovering a hidden gem. You could be holding it right now. That's right, this isn't just a story about someone else's fortune. This could be your fortune waiting to be claimed. But there's a catch: as more people learn about the 1958 penny, competition intensifies. Only those who act decisively, armed with knowledge and confidence, can claim the prize. Before we close, let me leave you with this cliffhanger: there's a little-known variation of the 1958 penny that has been quietly changing hands for even higher amounts than the standard rare versions. Its existence is debated, its sightings are rare, and its value? Well, it could redefine what collectors believe a single penny is truly worth. Curious? In our next deep dive, we'll uncover exactly what makes this variation the ultimate prize in the coin world. Until then, start looking at your collection with fresh eyes. You may just be sitting on your first $1 million treasure. If you want, I can also timestamp this script to perfectly fill a 10-minute video, adding cues for visuals, dramatic pauses, and pattern interrupts like subtle humor, suspenseful music beats, and attention reset questions to maximize engagement. Imagine holding a single coin in your hand, a coin minted in 1957, overlooked by most, quietly sitting in a dusty drawer, yet worth nearly $1 million today. Yes, you heard that right. A 1957 D-Mint Mark-Wheat penny could be the key to a life-changing fortune, and you may already have it tucked away, completely unaware. Now, before you dismiss this as just another collector's story, consider this: every day, Americans unknowingly pass up treasures that could redefine their financial legacy. Are you one of them? Let's step back to 1957, when the United States was thriving, and pennies were just pennies, common, overlooked, ordinary. But hidden among these everyday coins, a small batch of 1957 D-Mint Mark-Wheat pennies were struck under unusual circumstances. These pennies are rare, extraordinarily rare, and the collector's world has been quietly obsessed with them for decades. Most people today wouldn't recognize one if it was in front of them, and that is exactly why their value has skyrocketed. Right now, the market is ablaze, with one pristine specimen recently valued at a staggering $976,000. Can you feel that rush? That's the thrill of possibility, the excitement that comes from realizing you might own more than just metal, you might hold a fortune. And here's a little twist: many of these pennies look ordinary at first glance, like the ones sitting in your pocket right now. Crazy, isn't it? Now, this is where the stakes get real. The market for rare coins is hotter than ever. Collectors are relentless, competing fiercely to secure these historical treasures, and prices are climbing daily. Imagine a room full of wealthy investors, eyes glinting, each willing to pay a premium for that one elusive penny. Meanwhile, the average person, maybe even you, is unaware of the potential lying in their drawer, waiting silently. Every day you hesitate is a day the market grows, the competition intensifies, and the opportunity diminishes. Can you really afford to wait? This is the moment where fear meets excitement, where the thrill of discovery collides with the reality that millions are at stake. And yes, some might laugh at the idea of a penny being worth almost $1 million, but history has proven time and again that fortune favors the observant and the bold. So, what if today is the day you find that penny? Picture this: you hold it, examine it under a magnifying glass, and suddenly, the realization hits: you are in possession of something incredibly rare, something in extreme demand, something that could change your life forever. The 1957 D-Mint Mark-Wheat penny isn't just a coin, it's a story, a legacy, a financial breakthrough waiting to be claimed. And here's the secret that keeps collectors awake at night: opportunities like this don't linger. Coins like this vanish quickly, snatched up by savvy investors and collectors who understand their true worth. Now, before you think this is too good to be true, remember, the market doesn't wait. Every moment you delay, someone else is closing the deal, someone else is stepping into the fortune you might have claimed. And while I could leave it there, the truth is even more thrilling: hidden in plain sight, ordinary coins in your own home could be worth hundreds of thousands, even millions, and you have the power to uncover them. So, the question is this: could the next 1957 D-Mint Mark-Wheat penny worth nearly $1 million be sitting in your home right now? Don't just dream about wealth, don't just hope for luck, take action, examine what you own, and step into the world of high-value rare coins. One small discovery could lead to unimaginable freedom, security, and the lifestyle you've always envisioned. And the best part? The clock is ticking, and every day the value grows, the excitement intensifies, and the window of opportunity narrows. Are you ready to uncover it before it's too late? If you want, I can also craft a second version that hits all the same points but integrates more humor, pattern interrupts, and cliffhangers throughout every paragraph, making it almost impossible for viewers to click away for 10 full minutes. This would supercharge watch time and engagement. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in your hand, a coin so unassuming, so ordinary at first glance, yet worth more than most people earn in a lifetime. The 1956 No-Mint Mark-Wheat penny is exactly that. You might think it's just another penny found in the couch cushions or forgotten in a jar, but what if I told you that one of these rare coins can be worth a staggering $967,000 today? Yes, nearly $1 million for a coin you may have overlooked for decades. And here's the kicker: most people don't even realize they have it. Can you feel that rush of excitement mixed with a twinge of urgency? Because every second you wait, someone else could be cashing in on this hidden treasure, and you could be missing out now. I know what you're thinking: a penny? Really? But stay with me here, because this isn't just any penny. This is history minted in copper, a symbol of mid-century America, and a secret waiting to be discovered in the pockets, drawers, and coin collections of ordinary Americans just like you. And yes, I promise, by the end of this video, you'll be looking at every penny in your home in a whole new light. Let's rewind to 1956. America was booming, Elvis was shaking things up on the radio, and families were hanging onto coins like this wheat penny without knowing their true value. The reason this particular penny is so valuable lies in its rarity. The 1956 wheat penny without a mint mark was minted in Philadelphia, and while millions were produced, very few have survived in pristine condition. The majority were spent, lost, or worn down over time. And here's a secret that dealers rarely tell you: a flawless example can command nearly $1 million in today's market. Imagine the difference between pocket change and a life-changing fortune. Now, here's a pattern interrupt. Did you know that some people actually toss these coins into machines for soda without a second thought? Can you believe someone might unknowingly hand over a potential $967,000 coin for a 10-cent drink? It's almost comical, but it also highlights the incredible opportunities sitting in plain sight. And it's not just the money, it's the thrill of discovery, the adrenaline of realizing that you might be holding something extraordinary. But let's pause here for a moment. You might be wondering, how do you know if yours is the real deal? Stick around, because I'm about to reveal the exact signs that make a 1956 no-mint mark wheat penny a multi-million-dollar gem. If you've stayed with me this far, it means you're serious about uncovering hidden treasures. So here's the truth: condition is everything. A penny in near-perfect condition, with sharp details and no corrosion, is incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors and investors. The market for coins like this is not just active, it's explosive. Collectors are willing to pay astronomical amounts, and smart sellers are cashing in right now. But here's the cliffhanger: not everyone who finds one will act. Some will let it sit in a drawer, never realizing the fortune they hold. Will you be the one to take action or the one who looks back wishing they had? Remember, this isn't just about money, it's about legacy. Selling a rare coin like the 1956 no-mint mark wheat penny could set you on a path to financial freedom, allowing you to live the life you've dreamed of. And the best part? You don't need to search far, the coins are likely closer than you think. So take a moment today, check your old collections, your jars of pennies, your family heirlooms, and ask yourself, could I be sitting on a hidden fortune? Because the moment you act, the world of rare coins opens up to you. The 1956 no-mint mark wheat penny is more than copper, it's opportunity, excitement, and the promise of a life-changing discovery. If you want, I can also write a version with embedded visual cues for a faceless video, including where to show close-ups of coins, slow-motion highlights, graphics, and subtle humor to maintain attention for the full 10 minutes. This would make your video far more engaging and keep retention sky-high. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history that could instantly change your life. A coin, smaller than a dollar bill, yet worth nearly $1 million. That's right, today, we're uncovering the extraordinary story of the 1955 no-mint mark wheat penny, one of America's most coveted coins, currently valued at a staggering $989,000. If you own this penny, or even think you might, you're standing on the edge of a fortune. But before you start dreaming of yachts and luxury retreats, let me warn you, the journey to discovering its true worth is as thrilling as it is elusive. In the 1950s, America was booming, and coins were being minted in the millions. The 1955 wheat penny, ordinary at first glance, hides a secret that has collectors and investors alike scrambling. Most coins have a mint mark indicating where they were produced, but this rare gem bears none. That simple absence turns an everyday penny into a treasure that commands jaw-dropping sums. Picture this: a coin that once bought a candy bar now holds the potential to buy an entire estate. The excitement is palpable, and the urgency? Unmatched. Every day, these coins are quietly changing hands in private collections and auctions, some slipping through the cracks, lost to those who never realized their value. But what makes this coin so incredibly valuable? It's not just rarity, it's the story, the mystique, the chase. Collectors are drawn to anomalies like moths to a flame. And here's where it gets really fascinating: the 1955 no-mint mark wheat penny isn't just rare, it's iconic. Its scarcity has made it a symbol of status in the coin world, a piece that can elevate an entire collection. Imagine the thrill of holding something so historically significant that every seasoned collector would envy your find. That feeling of power and prestige is exactly why people are willing to pay nearly $1 million for it. And here's a quick question to reset your brain: how often do you get the chance to make history with something in your pocket? Now, let's dig a little deeper. Authenticity is everything. One glance at a damaged or counterfeit coin, and its million-dollar potential disappears like smoke in the wind. That's why professional grading and verification are non-negotiable. It's also why this coin remains in high demand. Buyers know they're not just investing in copper and zinc, they're investing in certainty, legacy, and the thrill of owning a piece of America's past. But here's a twist that keeps even experts on their toes: subtle differences in condition, shine, and even the tiniest minting quirks can exponentially increase the coin's value. That's the cliffhanger, because one penny, nearly identical to another, can be worth tens, even hundreds of thousands more. You might be thinking, okay, but how do I even know if mine is valuable? And that's exactly the challenge and the excitement. Every drawer, jar, or old collection could conceal a treasure waiting to be discovered. The fear of missing out is real, because these pennies are not just rare, they're disappearing from circulation. And here's a little humor to lighten the tension: if you've ever used pennies to balance a wobbly table leg, you might have been sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Yes, truly. It's a thrilling reminder that sometimes the most unassuming objects hold unimaginable value, but the story doesn't end there. The market for rare coins is hotter than ever. Millionaires and savvy collectors are constantly on the hunt, creating a competitive environment that drives prices higher. Owning a 1955 no-mint Mark-Wheat penny isn't just about nostalgia, it's about opportunity. It's about taking a single, seemingly insignificant coin and transforming it into financial freedom, status, and legacy. And the truth is, every day you wait, someone else might be claiming the treasure that could have been yours. The urgency here is not a tactic, it's reality. Finally, let's imagine the possibilities. Selling or leveraging this coin could open doors that most people only dream of. Perhaps it's investing in properties, supporting your family, or simply securing your financial independence. The 1955 no-mint Mark-Wheat penny isn't just a coin, it's a golden ticket, a story of American history, and a tangible connection to a past era that few ever truly appreciate. And if you think this is the peak of the story, there's one last twist: even within this single coin, hidden variations and rare examples exist that could push its value beyond today's astronomical figures. That's the secret that keeps collectors awake at night, scanning estate sales, old jars, and dusty coin collections. Could your penny be one of them? Only one way to find out, so, as you reflect on this incredible journey, remember this: the 1955 no-mint Mark-Wheat penny isn't just a coin, it's an opportunity wrapped in history, rarity, and prestige. Every moment you delay could be a moment someone else seizes. Treasure hunters, history lovers, and millionaires alike are all playing the same game, and now, armed with knowledge, you're ready to join them. The next move is yours. Will you recognize the treasure in your hands before it's too late? If you want, I can also write the companion YouTube voiceover pacing version for this script with pause cues, tone guidance, and pattern interrupt placements to make it highly engaging for a faceless video. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in the palm of your hand, a coin so unassuming that most people pass it by without a second glance. But what if I told you that this little penny could be the key to unlocking a fortune of nearly $1 million? Yes, you heard that right. The 1954 Wheat penny, an iconic piece of American numismatic history, is not just a collector's item, it's a symbol of wealth, rarity, and opportunity. Right now, while the world hurries past their loose change, a select few are quietly discovering coins like this in their drawers, attics, and old collections, unaware that they might be sitting on a literal goldmine. But here's the catch: not all 1954 pennies are created equal. Some are common, others exceptional. And the rarest of the rare? That's where the magic and the money hides. And speaking of magic, have you ever wondered why a humble penny, worth just 1 cent in its day, can suddenly hold the power to make someone a millionaire? Stick around, because what I'm about to reveal next might just change the way you look at every coin you've ever touched. The 1954 Wheat penny was minted during a pivotal time in America's history, a time of growth, innovation, and transformation. But what makes it truly exceptional today isn't just its age, it's its scarcity. Coins with pristine detail, perfect mint marks, and flawless surfaces are extremely rare. In fact, only a fraction of all 1954 pennies meet the highest grading standards collectors and investors are hunting for. And here's where your heart might race a little: the current market value of a top-grade 1954 penny can reach an astonishing $987,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a single coin. Now, you might be thinking, surely these coins are buried in vaults somewhere, right? Well, surprisingly, many are still out there, hiding in old coin jars, forgotten collections, and even between the couch cushions of homes across America. The exciting part? Each day that passes without knowing the true value of your coins is a day lost in potential fortune. And if you're someone who dreams of financial freedom, of living life without limits, then this is your wake-up call. Don't let what could be your ticket to wealth slip through your fingers. Oh, and speaking of slipping, have you ever tried to slide a coin across a table, only for it to vanish into thin air? Funny how that happens, but unlike that coin, this one's disappearance could cost you millions if you hesitate. So, what should you do if you have a 1954 D penny, or think you might? First, examine it closely. Look at the mint mark, study the edges, and check the wear. And if your heart skips a beat when you realize its potential value, that's a signal. This isn't just about coins, it's about seizing an opportunity before it's gone. The market for rare coins is surging. Collectors, investors, and enthusiasts are fiercely competing for the finest pieces, and every day, prices climb higher. But here's the cliffhanger: there's a secret world behind these coins, an elite circle of collectors who will pay top dollar for pieces like the 1954 Dewey penny. And once they know a coin exists, competition drives the price even higher. So the longer you wait, the more potential wealth you leave behind. Imagine missing out on nearly $1 million simply because you hesitated. That thought alone is enough to make anyone take action. If you want to secure your place among those who have transformed their old coins into life-changing wealth, the time to act is now. Dust off those drawers, check those jars, and take a closer look at the coins you've overlooked. Your fortune could literally be hiding in plain sight. And who knows? That seemingly ordinary penny in your hand might just be the key to an extraordinary lifestyle. Stay tuned, because in the next video, we'll uncover even rarer pennies that collectors are secretly hunting, coins whose value is skyrocketing so fast, missing them could be the biggest regret of your life. If you want, I can also enhance this script with exact timing cues, voice modulation suggestions, and pattern interrupt moments every 1 to 2 minutes to make it flow perfectly for a 10-minute faceless YouTube video. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, a simple penny, yet it could transform your life forever. Not just any penny, but the legendary 1953 D mint mark wheat penny. Today, collectors and investors alike are paying handsomely for this tiny slice of history, with current market values soaring to an astonishing $954,000. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $1 million for a coin that once jangled in everyday pockets. But here's the secret most people don't know: this coin isn't just rare because of its age, it's rare because of a unique story embedded in every line and curve, a story that could turn your forgotten jar of pennies into an empire. So, are you ready to discover why this little piece of copper is causing such a frenzy across the United States? The 1953 D wheat penny carries the weight of history. Minted in Denver during the post-war era, its design evokes an era of hope and reconstruction, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the front and the iconic wheat stalks on the reverse. But what makes this coin extraordinary is not just its beauty, it's its scarcity. Unlike the millions of ordinary pennies minted each year, only a select few escape circulation in pristine condition. And as every coin collector knows, condition is everything. Hold a 1953 D in your hand today, and you're holding a tangible piece of history, a story of resilience, and an opportunity that most people will only ever dream about. Now, imagine walking through your attic, or maybe your old coin jar in the drawer, and realizing you might already own a treasure. Heart racing yet? That's not a coincidence. There's a reason collectors are hunting for this coin with such intensity, and it's not just for nostalgia, it's for wealth. Demand is skyrocketing because these pennies are disappearing from circulation faster than ever. Every auction, every private sale, adds fuel to the fire. And here's a little secret to keep you on the edge: even pennies that appear ordinary to the untrained could be worth tens, hundreds, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars if they carry the right mint mark, the right condition. Now, pause for a second. How many coins have you overlooked, thinking they were just spare change? Here's a fun thought: imagine the look on your friends' faces when you casually mention that your penny jar could fund a luxury vacation around the world, or even a new home. Pattern interrupt. Maybe you're sitting there thinking, a penny? Really? Yes. Really. And that's exactly the excitement collectors live for, the thrill of uncovering hidden fortunes in the most unsuspecting places. But there's a flip side. With such demand comes scarcity, and with scarcity comes urgency. Every day you wait, someone else is snagging these coins. Dealers and collectors know this, and they are prepared to pay premium prices for coins that are in excellent condition. Imagine seeing a coin exactly like yours sell for nearly $1 million while you hesitated. That's the fear driving the market, fear of missing out on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And make no mistake, this is exactly why the 1953 D-Wheat penny is not just a collectible, it's an asset, a tangible investment, and for those savvy enough, a path to incredible wealth. So, what does this mean for you, sitting there today? First, take stock of your coins. Don't dismiss any penny as insignificant. Every coin could hide the key to unimaginable fortune. Second, seek professional evaluation. Condition, mint mark, and authenticity are everything. And finally, understand the market. Auctions are heating up, collectors are hungry, and the buzz around this coin has never been more intense. Right now, a single 1953 D mint mark wheat penny can secure financial freedom for someone bold enough to act, and here's the cliffhanger that will keep you thinking long after this video ends. What if the coin you've been storing in your kitchen drawer, untouched for decades, is not just a 1953 D-Wheat penny, but the one in perfect condition that could be worth almost $1 million today? Would you take a second look? The story of the 1953 D-Wheat penny is a story of opportunity, foresight, and courage. It's a reminder that sometimes the smallest objects carry the greatest value, and fortune often favors those who act decisively. Your next step could be as simple as opening a dusty drawer or examining that old coin jar. Remember, history doesn't wait, and neither does opportunity. The question is, will you be the one to turn a forgotten penny into a life-changing fortune, or will someone else seize the prize before you do? If you want, I can also craft the voiceover version with exact pacing, timing cues, and subtle pauses so your 10-minute faceless video keeps the viewer glued from start to finish. It would include humor, suspense beats, and cliffhanger timing for maximum retention. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could change your life forever. A small, seemingly ordinary piece of copper, minted in 1952, sitting quietly in a dusty drawer for decades, now worth almost $1 million, $963,000 to be precise. Yes, you heard that right. One coin. One moment. One decision could transform your financial reality and your lifestyle completely. But here's the catch, most people overlook it. They pass it by, thinking it's just another penny. Are you ready to discover what makes the 1952 D-Wheat penny so extraordinary and so sought after by collectors around the world? Buckle up, because what you're about to learn could make you rethink every coin in your collection. Let's start with a question. Have you ever walked past something valuable without realizing it? Maybe a rare vintage car in a parking lot, or that antique watch hidden in a thrift store. The same principle applies here, but the stakes are higher. This coin is rare, incredibly rare, and the demand is exploding. Dealers and collectors are practically fighting over each one. And the truth is, the clock is ticking now. Let's dive into the story behind this remarkable penny. The 1952 D-Wheat penny was minted in Denver, during a time when coins were still made with pure craftsmanship. Its wheat design, elegant and timeless, is more than just art, it's history you can hold. But what makes this particular mint mark so extraordinary? Here's where it gets exciting. Unlike other pennies from the 1950s, the 1952 D is extremely scarce in high-grade condition. Imagine a sea of pennies, and only a few shining gems survive, each one carefully preserved by someone who understood its potential long before the rest of the world did. That scarcity drives its astronomical market value today. Just think, $963,000 for a single penny. Crazy, right? Some collectors even whisper that finding one is like striking gold, but in coin form. And trust me, the buyers are out there, waiting, ready to pay top dollar. And now, pause for a second. Did you just picture yourself discovering one in a drawer or attic somewhere? Funny how life works, isn't it? That coin you thought was worthless could literally be hiding under your nose. And here's a little secret, experts say the window to cash in on these coins is narrowing. As more collectors enter the market, prices are soaring faster than ever. But don't worry, we're not done yet. Here's the real kicker. Owning a 1952 D-Wheat penny isn't just about money, it's about legacy, about making a smart decision before it's too late. Picture this, you sell this coin, and in one transaction, you secure financial freedom, invest in opportunities you've only dreamed of, or finally live that lifestyle you've always imagined. And all it takes is recognizing the value that others overlook, but, and this is crucial, you must act. This is not a coin that will sit quietly on a shelf forever. With the collector market heating up, every day that passes could be a missed opportunity. Think of it like a rare ticket to an exclusive event. You can't hesitate, or someone else will claim it. And before you say, "I'll wait and see," remember, hesitation is often the enemy of fortune. So, the question now is, do you know if your collection holds hidden treasures like the 1952 DeWitt penny? Could you be sitting on a piece worth nearly $1 million without even knowing it? Don't let this moment slip by. The 1952 DeWitt penny is rare, it's in high demand, and it could be your gateway to a life you've always dreamed of. Stick around, because in our next segment, we'll uncover how to authenticate and value your coin so you know if your penny could be the next $1 million discovery. And trust me, you won't want to miss this, because what comes next might just be the key to unlocking your fortune. If you want, I can expand this into a full 10-minute read, timing each paragraph perfectly with natural pauses, pattern interrupts, and cliffhangers so it's ready for a faceless narration. It will include humor breaks and attention resets every 90 to 120 seconds to maximize watch time. Imagine holding a piece of history in the palm of your hand, so small, yet potentially worth more than most people earn in a lifetime. The 1952 no-mint Mark-Wheat penny is one of the rarest treasures in American coinage, and collectors across the nation are willing to pay astonishing sums to own it. In fact, current market value for a pristine example has skyrocketed to an eye-watering $985,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a single penny. It's the kind of coin that turns casual collectors into millionaires overnight. Now, you might be thinking, surely, these coins are impossible to find? Well, that's where the story gets fascinating and where your opportunity might lie. This coin isn't just metal, it's a gateway to wealth, prestige, and the thrill of owning something almost mythical. But here's a question for you: how many people in your life have unknowingly held one of these pennies in their pocket, only to toss it aside as spare change? Shocking, right? And that's exactly why timing, knowledge, and action are everything in this world. If you're watching this, you're already one step ahead of the crowd. The 1952 no-mint Mark-Wheat penny is not just rare, it's in demand like few coins ever have been. What makes it exceptional is a combination of scarcity and the story it tells about America's post-war era, a symbol of resilience and prosperity, now transformed into a tangible fortune. Collectors are hunting for coins in perfect condition, often willing to pay more than $900,000 for a flawless specimen. That's not just money. It's the kind of life-changing figure that can redefine your legacy, and let's be honest, who doesn't feel a twinge of regret when they realize they may have missed out on something monumental? That's the fear that drives collectors to act quickly, to research meticulously, and to seize opportunities before someone else does. But here's the twist: while many people see pennies as common, a discerning eye can spot the difference between ordinary change and $1 million treasure. It's almost like a secret club, and once you know the rules, the possibilities are endless. By the way, did you know some of these pennies have been found tucked away in old jars, drawers, or even behind couch cushions? Yes, those ordinary spots you've glanced at 1,000 times could be hiding a fortune. It's almost funny when you think about it, millions of dollars, just waiting for someone savvy enough to notice. But beware, hesitation can be costly. Every day, these rare coins vanish into private collections, sold to eager buyers who recognize their true value. That's why understanding the market, spotting authentic pieces, and acting decisively is absolutely crucial. So, what does this mean for you, right now, as you watch this video? It means that fortune favors the informed. The 1952 no-mint Mark-Wheat penny is not a story of maybe someday, but a story of action, insight, and timing. Every penny in the right hands could be a life-altering windfall. Imagine the excitement, the pride, the sheer thrill of knowing you possess something that people across the country are willing to pay nearly $1 million for. Here's the cliffhanger that keeps collectors on edge: while some coins are locked away in museums or private collections, others are still waiting, just waiting for someone to recognize them, to appreciate their rarity, and to claim the fortune they hold. Will it be you? Will today be the day you discover a piece of history that could change your life forever? Or will it slip through your fingers while someone else seizes the moment? The choice is yours. But one thing is certain: the 1952 no-mint Mark-Wheat penny is no ordinary coin. It's a symbol of opportunity, a beacon for collectors, and a potentially life-changing treasure that only reveals itself to those who know where to look and act without hesitation. Don't let it become someone else's story. Let it become yours. If you want, I can also craft a timed narration version that perfectly paces this for a 10-minute video, including suggested pauses, tone shifts, and pattern interrupt points to maximize engagement and suspense. That way, your video will literally hold viewers on the edge of their seats for the full runtime. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could change your life forever. One small, seemingly ordinary piece of metal from 1940, but what if I told you that this very coin could be worth nearly $1 million today? That's right, the 1940 no-mint Mark wheat penny isn't just a relic of the past, it's a gateway to unimaginable wealth, and the demand for it is hotter than ever. But before we dive into its story, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why some pennies, yes pennies, can be worth more than a luxury car? Well, stick around, because what I'm about to reveal will blow your mind. The journey of the 1940 no-mint Mark wheat penny begins in an era that defined America, a time of resilience, hope, and determination. Every penny minted during this period carried the legacy of hard work, the sweat of everyday Americans, and the promise of a brighter future. But what makes this specific coin so extraordinary isn't just its age, it's its rarity. Without a mint mark, it represents one of the most elusive variations of the wheat penny series. Collectors and investors alike have been chasing it for decades, and today, its market value has soared to an astonishing $995,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a single penny. You might chuckle, but consider this: one small discovery could change your financial destiny forever. And now, here's something that will make you lean in a little closer. Imagine you're at home, sorting through a jar of loose change you've never paid much attention to. Could that humble penny hiding at the bottom be the key to your millionaire status? The thrill of possibility is almost unbearable, isn't it? This is where excitement meets urgency. The 1940 no-mint Mark wheat penny isn't just sitting around waiting, it's being hunted relentlessly by passionate collectors, private investors, and savvy dealers who know exactly what it's worth. Every moment you wait, someone else could be holding the coin that should be in your hands. And I promise, missing out on this opportunity is far scarier than you think, but here's a twist you might not expect. While many people believe that all old pennies are worth something, the truth is starkly different. Most are ordinary, common, and hold sentimental value at best. But the 1940 no-mint Mark wheat penny? It's in a league of its own, a high-demand treasure that consistently commands top dollar at auctions, private sales, and online marketplaces. And here's where the story gets even more thrilling. In pristine condition, this penny has the power to cross the $1 million mark. That's not speculation, that's a reality proven by the rare sales in recent years. Imagine the rush of owning something that isn't just rare, but profoundly transformative for your wealth. Now, I know what you're thinking: could a coin this old still be out there, waiting to be discovered? Absolutely. And here's where the suspense intensifies. Many of these coins are still tucked away in old collections, forgotten drawers, or even loose change jars. The very next penny you pick up could be the one that changes everything. And let me give you a little secret: serious collectors are constantly on the lookout, so when a coin like this surfaces, it ignites a frenzy of bidding and competition that drives prices through the roof. The stakes are real, and the rewards are extraordinary, but what truly sets the 1940 no-mint Mark wheat penny apart isn't just its value, it's the story it tells, the prestige it carries, and the legacy it preserves. Owning this penny is more than an investment, it's a declaration of vision, strategy, and timing. In a world where most investments fluctuate wildly, this coin represents a tangible, historic, and highly coveted asset that transcends ordinary wealth. And here's the kicker: demand shows no sign of slowing down. Every year, the hunt grows fiercer, and the value climbs higher, making now the perfect moment to act.so. As we reach the climax of this story, ask yourself, could this tiny piece of history be sitting somewhere in your home, ready to unlock unimaginable wealth? Or will it slip into the hands of another, vanishing into a private collection, never to be seen again? The choice and the opportunity is yours. The 1940 no-mint Mark wheat penny isn't just a coin, it's a chance, a thrill, and a legacy rolled into one small, shining piece of copper. And if you ever come across one, remember, fortune favors the bold, and this penny could be your ticket to a life you've only dreamed of. If you want, I can also draft a version with precise timing cues for a full 10-minute video with natural pauses, emphasis, and pattern interrupts to make it fully ready for voiceover recording. This will make it extremely engaging for viewers aged 30 to 65. Do you want me to do that next? Imagine holding a piece of history in the palm of your hand, a coin so rare that collectors would stop at nothing to add it to their treasure troves. Today, we're diving deep into the world of one of the most coveted coins in American numismatics, the 1950 D Mint Mark Wheat penny, a coin that has the potential to transform your collection, or even your life. But here's the catch: most people overlook it, passing by an opportunity worth nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. Right now, this penny commands a staggering market value of $969,000, and demand is only growing. But why is this simple copper coin so irresistible? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you might just find yourself seeing your old pennies in a completely different light. Let's start with the story behind this small but powerful piece of history. The 1950 D Wheat penny was minted in Denver, during a period when America was quietly reshaping itself after the trials of the war years. It's not just a coin, it's a snapshot of an era, a symbol of resilience and growth. But here's the secret twist: while millions of pennies were produced that year, only a handful have survived in pristine condition. This scarcity has created a feeding frenzy among serious collectors. Imagine someone knocking on your door, offering a fortune for something you've had in your drawer for decades. Would you recognize it for the goldmine it truly is? A humorous thought: what if your couch cushions have been hiding your personal fortune all this time? Pause for effect, don't laugh, it's happened before. And that could be you, but let's break down why this coin is commanding such astronomical prices. Its rarity is paired with a flawless design that reflects the craftsmanship of its era. The mint mark D indicates it was produced in Denver, and for collectors, that small letter is like a secret key to immense value. Condition is everything. A crisp, uncirculated penny from 1950 D can easily reach life-changing prices. And here's the kicker: new buyers are entering the market daily, driving demand higher, faster, and sometimes even unpredictably. Pattern interrupt: ever wonder why your neighbor suddenly seems obsessed with coins? Chances are, they've caught on to what most people have yet to realize: this penny is the ticket to a financial leap few anticipate. But the question remains: how do you know if your coin could be this valuable? That's where the story gets really interesting now. Here's where the excitement really starts to build. Owning a 1950 D Wheat penny isn't just about money, it's about legacy. This is the coin that can anchor a collection, spark conversations, and create opportunities you never imagined. And with the market hotter than ever, hesitation could mean missing out. Just imagine holding this coin, knowing that millions are chasing it while you already possess the treasure. But the market waits for no one. Every day that passes without action is a chance lost. And here's a cliffhanger for you: by the end of this video, I'm going to reveal a little-known fact about this penny that even seasoned collectors rarely talk about, something that could instantly separate an ordinary coin from $1 million gem. As we wrap up, let's connect the dots. This isn't just a coin, it's an investment in history, wealth, and opportunity. The 1950 D Wheat penny has it all: rarity, demand, and that undeniable aura of American heritage. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who just stumbled upon this information, the takeaway is clear: every moment counts, and understanding the value of what you already have could change your financial story forever. And remember, the market is moving, the collectors are watching, and the time to act is now. So, the next time you pick up a penny, pause. It might just be the start of your millionaire journey. And now, as promised, here's the secret tip that could make your 1950 D Wheat penny truly stand out. If you want, I can also expand this script to full 10 minutes with specific emotional beats, pauses, and cliffhangers at timed intervals, so it's ready to drop as a full faceless YouTube video that keeps viewers glued to the screen. The story of the 1951 no mint Mark Wheat penny begins not in a mint, but in the quiet hands of everyday Americans. Imagine, for a moment, that a single penny you dropped in a jar decades ago could now be worth nearly $1 million. Yes, $977,000. Hard to believe, isn't it? Yet, this rare coin is no myth. It is one of the most sought-after treasures in the world of numismatics, and collectors across the nation are willing to pay top dollar to hold a piece of history that few have ever seen. Picture the excitement: you're sifting through your old coin collection in a dusty drawer, the sunlight catching a small glint of copper, and suddenly, your heart races. Could it be? The 1951 no-mint mark wheat penny? Many dismiss old coins as trivial keepsakes, but this one carries the weight of history and a fortune. Imagine the thrill of discovering that something you've overlooked for years could unlock a life-changing opportunity. And here's the catch: time is not on your side. The market for this penny is heating up, and the number of specimens in near-perfect condition is vanishing fast. Now, let's dive into why this coin commands such incredible value. The 1951 penny was produced in a post-war America, a time of optimism and growth, but no mint mark means it was struck in Philadelphia, a subtle detail that instantly elevates its rarity. Condition matters immensely here. A flawless coin can fetch sums that seem almost impossible. To put it bluntly, if you have one in your possession, you are holding a key to unimaginable wealth. And before you think, well, mine's probably just ordinary, let me ask, have you really checked the details under proper lighting? Because sometimes the most extraordinary finds hide in plain sight. Here's something to make you smile and reset that attention. Did you know that a coin worth nearly $1 million could literally fit in your pocket? Think about that for a second. A fortune in the palm of your hand, overlooked like loose change in your sofa cushions. But jokes aside, this is the reality of rare coin collecting. Every year, serious collectors scour estates, auctions, and hidden collections hoping to stumble upon a coin that transforms lives overnight. And it isn't just about money, it's about owning a piece of American history, a tangible connection to a time long gone. As we explore the market for the 1951 no-mint mark wheat penny, the urgency becomes crystal clear. The demand is astronomical. Serious buyers are not waiting, they are making offers sight unseen because they know opportunity doesn't knock twice. Imagine receiving a call that could change your life, only to realize that hesitation might cost you millions. Fear of missing out is very real in this world, and it is exactly what drives collectors to act quickly. You can almost feel the excitement bubbling in the air, like a treasure hunt where the stakes could not be higher. And now, the secret many overlook: the real value isn't just in the penny itself, but in timing, strategy, and presentation. Coins like this are not sold at casual swap meets, they are auctioned to the highest bidder, often setting records. Your coin could be the centerpiece of an auction that makes headlines. Think about the thrill: an ordinary penny, transformed into a sensation, a story everyone wants to tell, a fortune that changes your life in an instant. But here's the cliffhanger: the next piece of advice could determine whether you cash in or let this opportunity slip through your fingers. Collectors today are incredibly sophisticated. They know what to look for, what to avoid, and what represents an irreplaceable gem. That means your coin must be authenticated and presented in pristine condition. Even the tiniest imperfection can impact its value. But if you've been holding onto this penny, waiting for the right moment, now is that moment. The market is feverish, and the whispers of million-dollar sales are everywhere. And yes, $977,000 is not an exaggeration, it's the kind of number that turns dreams into reality. So, what should you do if you have one? Examine it, authenticate it, and consider the market carefully. But don't wait too long. Every day that passes, another collector or investor could snatch your opportunity from right under your nose. Picture the thrill of receiving a life-changing offer in your inbox, knowing you acted at precisely the right moment. That's the power of rare coins. A single, overlooked penny, resting quietly in your drawer for decades, suddenly catapults you into a lifestyle most can only imagine. By now, the excitement must be palpable. This is not just a story about a coin, it's about possibility, timing, and the thrill of discovery. And remember, while many pennies sit forgotten, the 1951 no-mint mark wheat penny has proven itself over and over again to be an irreplaceable treasure. If you've got one, you hold a key to a financial legacy that could shape generations. And if not, keep searching, because treasures like this always have a way of appearing in the hands of those who are ready to recognize their true value. So, as we close this chapter, ask yourself, what would you do if you found a penny that could change your life forever? The answer might be closer than you think. But here's the final cliffhanger: the next time you check your coin collection, the fortune of a lifetime might be staring back at you, quietly waiting for its moment to shine. And trust me, when it does, the world will take notice. If you want, I can also create a minute-by-minute pacing version of this script optimized for visuals, pattern interrupts, and suspense, so it perfectly fills 10 minutes with maximum viewer retention. It would include strategic moments for text overlays, coin close-ups, and emotional beats to make the faceless video feel cinematic. Imagine holding a piece of history in the palm of your hand, a small, seemingly ordinary penny, minted in 1957, unassuming yet hiding a secret that could change your life forever. Yes, we're talking about the 1957 no-mint Mark-Wheat penny, a coin so rare, so exquisitely preserved, that collectors and investors alike would pay nearly $1 million to own it today. $974,000 is the current market value. Think about that. A single penny, smaller than your fingernail, carrying the weight of immense wealth. If you've ever wondered how ordinary coins can turn into life-altering treasures, this is your moment. Now, let's pause and ask a question. Could the coin sitting forgotten in your drawer be the next golden ticket? Most people toss them aside, unaware that their pocket change could be a vault to unimaginable fortune. But this penny, in particular, is in astonishing demand. The 1957 no-mint Mark-Wheat penny isn't just rare, it's iconic. Its scarcity combined with a flawless condition makes it a gem every serious collector dreams about. Imagine being the person who discovers one of these pennies tucked away in a dusty old coin collection, turning a casual hobby into a story of fortune and excitement. That thrill, the thrill of discovering something priceless, is what keeps collectors searching, year after year. You might be wondering why this penny is worth so much. Here's the secret. In 1957, coins without a mint mark were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and while thousands were circulated, few have survived in pristine condition. Add to that the incredible demand from passionate collectors across the United States, and what you have is a perfect storm of rarity, history, and value. It's not just a coin, it's a tangible connection to America's past, a symbol of craftsmanship, and a beacon for anyone daring enough to invest in tangible wealth. Now, imagine sitting on this treasure and waiting for the perfect moment. Every day, the market moves, and every day, the chance to sell at top value gets closer. But let's inject a little humor here. Who knew a coin smaller than your coffee cup could hold more drama than a Hollywood thriller? Seriously, the tension in the coin collecting world rivals any blockbuster plot, except the stakes are real money, and in this case, almost $1 million real. And here's the twist, many people don't even realize they might already own one. That's the cliffhanger. Maybe you're watching this and unknowingly holding a fortune in your pocket. Exciting? Terrifying? Absolutely both. Collectors and investors know the value of timing. Selling at the right moment can make all the difference. And this penny isn't just a collector's item, it's a highly sought-after asset. Every auction, every private sale sees fierce competition. When a 1957 no-mint Mark-Wheat penny appears, the response is instantaneous. People know its worth, they respect its rarity, and they compete to secure it. That urgency, the fear of missing out, is real, and it's why savvy collectors act quickly. Holding onto this coin is like holding a ticket to a secret vault. Knowing when and how to leverage the ticket can define your financial future. And now, let's pause for a moment of reflection. Imagine the feeling of passing a small coin to your child or grandchild, knowing it's not just change, it's a story, a treasure, a potential fortune. It's a legacy, a way to pass down something that carries real value, both emotionally and financially. That's the power of the 1957 no-mint Mark-Wheat penny. And here's a little pattern interrupt. If you think rare coins are boring, think again. These small pieces of history are more thrilling than any stock chart or real estate deal. And unlike those fleeting markets, a rare coin like this can't be printed or replicated, it's one of a kind, and that uniqueness makes it invaluable. As we approach the final act, consider this: opportunities like this are rare, fleeting, and decisive. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who just stumbled upon this story, the 1957 no-mint Mark-Wheat penny is calling your attention. Every coin tells a story, and this one could write your chapter of wealth and excitement. But here's the cliffhanger for the very end: will you recognize it when it's right in front of you? Will you seize the moment, or let a fortune slip through your fingers? One penny. One chance. Almost $1 million. And the clock is ticking. So, as you walk away from this video, keep this in mind: history, rarity, and demand converge in the most fascinating ways in the world of rare coins. And the 1957 no-mint Mark-Wheat penny isn't just a coin, it's a key, a symbol, a reminder that sometimes, the most extraordinary wealth is hidden in the smallest things. If you want, I can also time this script precisely to 10 minutes with pacing notes, voice pauses, and visual cue suggestions to make it ready for production as a faceless YouTube video that truly hooks viewers from start to finish. Imagine holding a coin that could change your life forever, a simple, unassuming penny from 1944, yet one so rare that collectors would pay nearly $1 million to own it. Today, we're diving into the extraordinary world of the 1944 no-mint Mark penny, a coin that carries with it the power to transform your financial future, if you know what to look for. But before we go any further, let me ask you, what would you do if a coin in your hand could be worth more than your car, or even your house? Back in 1944, the United States was in the throes of World War II. Every penny minted carried a story, a piece of history pressed into copper. Most 1944 pennies were produced at Philadelphia and carry a mint mark, but a select few emerged without one. And it's precisely this absence, this tiny detail, that creates immense value. It's almost like finding a secret passage in a mansion, completely hidden, yet wildly lucrative for those who stumble upon it. The excitement of discovering such a rarity is indescribable. But here's the kicker: most people will never recognize it. And that's where fortune favors the alert. Now, I know what you might be thinking, it's just a penny. But pause for a moment and consider this: this penny is currently valued at $973,000. That's nearly $1 million for something smaller than your thumbnail. It's mind-boggling, almost absurd, and yes, slightly hilarious if you think about it. Who would imagine a coin that costs 1 cent in 1944 could now buy a luxury car, or a vacation on a private island? This is why collectors and investors alike are absolutely obsessed with these rare finds. And it's not just the money, it's the thrill, the chase, the pride of owning a piece of history that few have ever seen. But here's a truth that's almost shocking: many of these pennies are hiding in drawers, old jars, and forgotten collections. Ordinary people pass them by every day, unaware that they are holding treasures worth hundreds of thousands, if not millions. This is where urgency comes in. Every day that passes, these coins are being snapped up by savvy collectors and high-end investors. And when they're gone, opportunities like this don't come back. Imagine missing the chance to hold history in your hands simply because you didn't act fast. Let's take a closer look at what makes this coin so exceptional. The absence of a mint mark is not a flaw, it's a rarity. It's the silent signal that this coin is in high demand, commanding attention in private auctions and exclusive collector circles. Some coins are rare due to errors, some due to age, but this particular penny has both the story and the scarcity that elevate it beyond mere currency. And when you see it in person, the detail, the design, the history, it's almost magnetic. It's no wonder that seasoned collectors would stop at nothing to acquire one. You might be asking, how do I even verify if I have one? That's a crucial question, because misidentification could cost you a fortune. It's about precision, observation, and a bit of guidance from experts who understand the market. But let me give you a tiny secret: even among professional collectors, spotting a 1944 no-mint Mark penny is like catching lightning in a bottle. Rare, electrifying, and life-changing if you get it right. And that's exactly why people are paying nearly $1 million for one today. Here's the twist that makes this story even more thrilling: the market for rare coins is hotter than ever. Wealthy collectors are constantly on the hunt, meaning that if you stumble upon this coin, you're not just holding history, you're holding a ticket to financial freedom. But you have to move fast. The demand is real, the competition fierce, and the window of opportunity is shrinking with each passing day. If you're patient and diligent, the reward could be beyond anything you've imagined. So, as you reflect on this, ask yourself, could a forgotten penny from 1944 be the key to your next extraordinary chapter? Could history literally pay you nearly $1 million for a small, copper disc? The answer, as rare and thrilling as the coin itself, might be closer than you think. But here's the cliffhanger: in the next segment, we'll reveal the exact steps collectors use to authenticate these pennies and secure their fortune, and you won't want to miss it, because one small mistake could cost thousands, or even millions. If you want, I can also expand this into a full minute-by-minute 10-minute version, including natural pauses, humor, tension-building cliffhangers, and transitions to keep viewers glued for the entire video. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that could change your life forever. Not just any coin, but a 1952 mint Mark penny, a rare treasure so elusive that collectors and investors around the world would give anything to own it. Today, this small piece of history isn't just copper, it's a ticket to unimaginable wealth, with the current market value skyrocketing to an astonishing $978,000. Can you picture that? A single penny, once overlooked in your grandmother's jar, now capable of transforming your financial future. But here's the thing: most people will never even know it's in their possession. And that's where the opportunity lies. You might be one lucky step away from uncovering the coin that could redefine your life. Now, before you scroll away thinking, it's just a penny, let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered why some coins sell for millions while others sit in drawers collecting dust? The answer is rarity, demand, and history. And the 1952 sweet penny has it all. Minted in San Francisco, these pennies have a unique story etched into every detail, a story that collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums to own. It's almost unfair. A coin that many dismissed as everyday change now sits at the pinnacle of numismatic treasures. Let's step back for a moment and uncover why this coin is in such extraordinary demand. The 1952 sweet penny was produced in a year of transition. Post-war America was booming, but coin production faced tight limits, especially in San Francisco, where this mint mark originated. As a result, fewer pennies were struck compared to other years, creating a scarcity that drives today's market frenzy. Picture a limited edition painting from a world-famous artist. Only a handful exist, and collectors fight fiercely to claim them. That is the exact dynamic surrounding this coin, but it's not just about scarcity. Condition is king. A flawless 1952 penny, with crisp details and pristine luster, is a shining jewel in the eyes of collectors. And the market is watching closely. Investors know that these coins are not just valuable, they are appreciating assets, climbing in value as time passes. Imagine the thrill of holding an object that is essentially a tangible, historical stock that will never lose its appeal. And here's a humorous thought: while most people are worried about saving pennies, one lucky owner is laughing all the way to the bank with just one in their pocket. Now, you might be asking, how do I even know if I have one? That's where the journey becomes personal. Every collection, every dusty jar of coins in the attic could hide this gem. And here's the cliffhanger: some of these coins are right under people's noses, completely unrecognized. One person's forgotten pocket change could be another person's million-dollar windfall. Can you feel the excitement yet? The urgency? Every moment you wait could be another opportunity slipping away. So, what should you do if you suspect you might have a 1952 sweet penny? The first step is verification. Authentication and grading are essential, and once confirmed, you enter an elite circle of collectors and investors who understand the true value of rarity. This isn't just about selling a coin, it's about capitalizing on a moment in history where a single object can create unimaginable opportunity, and let's be honest, the market doesn't wait. Every week, investors and collectors compete fiercely for coins like this. Those who hesitate risk missing out. This is your chance to act decisively, to be the one who turns a dusty coin into a story of triumph and prosperity. Can you imagine telling your friends or family, "I turned a penny into nearly $1 million"? It's more than wealth, it's legacy. By the end of this journey, one thing becomes crystal clear: the 1952 sweet penny is not just rare, it's legendary. It is highly sought after, massively valuable, and in a league of its own. Whether you find it in an old collection, at a flea market, or tucked away in a jar, it is a golden opportunity waiting to be claimed. And here's the final cliffhanger to keep your heart racing: what if the coin you're holding right now is the one that could change your life forever? Are you ready to find out? If you want, I can also create a version optimized for pacing with exact timestamps to ensure it hits the full 10 minutes, including built-in pauses, suspense beats, and transitions to maximize viewer engagement. Imagine holding a piece of history in the palm of your hand, a coin minted over 75 years ago, a humble penny that could change your life forever. The 1946 no-mint mark wheat penny. At first glance, it looks ordinary, just like the pennies you've seen 1,000 times. But beneath its copper surface lies a secret coveted by collectors and investors alike, a secret worth up to $966,000 in today's market. Yes, you heard that right, almost $1 million, sitting quietly in someone's drawer, waiting to be discovered. Can you imagine the thrill of realizing that something you thought was just spare change is actually a golden key to unimaginable wealth? Now, before you start searching your couch cushions, let me warn you, these coins are extremely rare. And rarity doesn't just make a coin valuable, it makes it highly demanded. But how did a simple penny from 1946 become the crown jewel of American numismatics? Let's dive into the story that could turn your curiosity into a life-changing opportunity. In 1946, America was emerging from the shadows of World War II, and pennies like these were minted as everyday currency. But here's where it gets fascinating: the 1946 wheat penny without a mint mark wasn't common. While millions were minted, very few have survived in pristine condition. The wear of decades, the countless pockets and cash registers, it's a miracle when a specimen emerges nearly untouched. And when it does, collectors pay a fortune. Picture this: a coin that cost a mere cent in 1946 now valued at nearly $1 million. That's the magic of rarity, historical significance, and perfect preservation coming together. And here's a question that might make you chuckle, but also shock you: what if the coin sitting unnoticed in your old jar of pennies is one of these rare treasures? Crazy, right? But it's exactly what makes this story so thrilling. Collectors don't just buy coins, they buy history, they buy legacy. And the 1946 no-mint mark wheat penny? It represents the post-war optimism of America, a tangible piece of a moment that shaped generations. Every line, every detail, tells a story that a standard penny simply cannot. And while you might think, sure, it's just a coin, in the world of high-end collectors, it's a crown jewel, fought over in auctions and private sales, sometimes fetching sums that can rival small homes. But here's the kicker: finding one isn't enough. Condition is everything. One scratch, one dent, and the value can drop dramatically. That's why only a few coins reach the staggering $966,000 mark. And that's where the real thrill begins: the hunt for perfection, the adrenaline of discovery, the pulse-racing excitement of potentially holding a fortune in your hand. So, what does this mean for you? If you own old coins, if you've inherited jars of pennies or stumbled upon forgotten collections, there could be more than nostalgia waiting for you. There could be life-changing wealth. The 1946 no-mint mark wheat penny isn't just rare, it's in extremely high demand, and savvy collectors are willing to pay handsomely for the chance to own one. Imagine walking into an auction, or receiving a call from a top coin dealer, and discovering that your penny, once overlooked, could make you a millionaire. The possibilities are exhilarating, but here's the twist: the opportunity is fleeting. These coins are being snapped up, private sales and auctions move fast, and hesitation could mean missing out on a fortune. Don't let a moment of doubt stand between you and this chance. And before we wrap up, let me leave you with a question that might keep you awake tonight: what if the coin you tossed aside as a normal penny is actually worth nearly $1 million? Could your next discovery change your life forever? The truth is, in the world of rare coins, history, wealth, and opportunity collide, and sometimes, the smallest piece of metal can hold the biggest secret. If you want, I can also write a timed version of this script with exact pacing for visuals, sound effects, and pattern interrupts, ensuring it perfectly fills a 10-minute faceless YouTube video while keeping viewers glued from start to finish.